what?
Keep forgetting my hair.
I can't wash my hair for 2 days.
Why?
Because I've been to the hairdressers and had a patch test done.
Why have you had a patch test
I've
done,
got to be in the
Nadia?
hairdresser for 5 hours on Tuesday.
Fucking hell, why?
I'm having a new colour.
Why?
Because it needs it. It's a mess. It's
A
really
new
grey.
colour? What?
Yeah, I'm having...
Pink?
No, it'll be autumnal apparently.
Oh, right.
I'm having
Okay.
coppers and chocolates.
Right. Is this a thing? Coppers and chocolates?
You know me, I never go to the
That
hairdresser.
sounds like an interesting night out in Ibiza. Coppers and chocolates.
Coppers and chocolates.
Isn't it? A few
Yeah.
coppers and a few chocolates.
Because I
What
start
about a
filming
copper
my new
chocolate?
series on next Thursday, guys.
Bloody hell.
So I've got to get my eyebrows plucked, my moustache waxed.
What about your nostril
my hair
hairs?
done, my nails done. Ooh, it's very bumpy.
What about your visible panty line?
Now my visible panty line.
Do you have to get done round your crotch?
Right, that's enough. So I went into the house a bit early. We've just popped up to the shops, and you cannot believe the febrile state of the house. And this was because they've all been to see The Joker.
Taking our duties.
Maddie is in such a bad state because she said it's beyond a perfect film. He is Wakam Yukayim.
How does your dad
Phoenix.
pronounce his middle name?
Joachim.
Oh, right. That's not it. It's not
That's how he
Joachim.
says it.
No, Joachim.
So he's just utterly brilliant as the Joker. It was very violent apparently, but very, very, very moving. And she just rang me just now. Maddie said, "Is it all right if I go out and see Francis? Because I just can't stay in. I've got to go and do something because I don't know what to do with myself."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, in that case, maybe Nanny Di could go into her room because then Kiki can go back into her room.
So Nanny Di is with us. I think Maddie's bed is too low as well.
No, right.
Oh, hang on, that's the phone. Morning, campers. It's early on Saturday morning, and God, I left my makeup on. Maddie's lying there in the background, not speaking. It's very weird to see Maddie at this time on a Saturday morning, but she's still churned up by her Joker experience and has been wandering the streets all night trying to find herself. Haven't you, Mads? Not really. She's better than her friend Frank's. So I'm just getting ready to go out and do a trek. I said to Maddie, just imagine now I've got to go out and find hills that liken the Himalayas and walk up and down them. There's Mark, travelling. Say hiya. He's getting ready to do his workout. And then he's going to meet me in the park with the dogs once I've done an hour or so's walking. So you get to see a bit of Crystal Palace today, guys. I haven't been there for ages. So see you later. Wish us luck. We'd both rather stick cottonies on our eyes than do this, but ha ha. Morning, team. Can you bloody believe it? This weekend, next weekend, and then is it the weekend after? Oh my God. So who's walking today? Where are you walking? How far are you walking? What are you doing? How many lunges you doing? Come on, let's get each other up and out and into our boots. Speak to you soon.
Morning, campers. So early and I'm trying to get my head round doing my exercise.
I have to say, I'm getting really bored of concrete and just boring houses to look at. And I'm hoping that once we're trekking properly in the Himalayas, it'll be so beautiful. There'll be so much to look at that just the tedium of putting one foot in front of another will simply fade away. And I suppose the thing is, we'll have loads of people to talk to. I mean, I'm doing all this walking on my own. Oh my God, this morning I would have so loved just to snuggle in and just Mark and I just stay in bed for a couple of hours. But no, not to be, not today. There's only 3 weekends now until I go, and Mark's so committed to doing his graduate course now with Jimmy Timpson, Joe Wicks. In case you don't know, that's what Nanny Di calls Joe Wicks. Yeah, you have to get up. It's all part of being a grown-up, isn't it, girls? Huh? Adulting. Huh?
I haven't yet started the graduate plan with Jimmy Timpson, Joe Wicks, because I'm trying to get to a point where I find workout 3 not easy, but where I don't feel it's so challenging, and it's my bad knee. And anyway, so I'm in here, it's getting changed, getting up, and I'm just doing everything in my power to just not do it. Oh my God, you get that inner voice, the inner voice that's telling you, don't be a grown-up, don't be a grown-up, don't be a grown-up, don't be a grown-up, please don't be a grown-up.
I wouldn't mind, but I don't think I've lost a pound in weight. I really don't. I don't get on the scales, but I would be surprised if I'd lost a pound, because I can't tell any difference on my clothes. So, pound in the street. I bet I come back from India and I've put on weight. Who wants to bet?
I've been on my phone looking at Instagram, looking at the news. I'm still putting it off. Oh.
So it's an hour later. Yay! I've been walking an hour and whispering a bit because it's a bit embarrassing talking into your phone. So I've just been finding hills that look like the Himalayas, which of course you're not going to find in South London. Yeah, but I've been going up and down hills. Now I'm going to go all the way across up there, up to Crystal Palace Park. There's a load of steps in Crystal Palace Park, so I'm going to go up and down them maybe 10 times, and then hopefully Mark will meet me with the dogs. We'll have a little spin around the park, and then have a nice coffee.
It's so hard. I'm finding it so hard. It's almost like since I've graduated from the normal system, the normal program, it's like every part of my fibre is resisting and rebelling against the fact that I should carry on. It's like I want the fact that I've done it for 90 days to be some kind of a permanent state. I'm really struggling. I'm wondering whether maybe I should mix it up with a run or something like that. Meanwhile, Nadia is probably pounding away. And when she pounds, I'll tell you when Nadia walks fast, I struggle to keep up with her. There's often places that, what she does tend to do is she tends to peak early. Her little feet go marching off. She often marches in the wrong direction. Then she turns round. And she's got the metabolism of a mouse. She's just like, do you not think she looks a bit like Jerry in Tom and Jerry? She's got the same facial expressions, don't you think? She really has.
And then I'm going to go back. Kiki said she wants to spend some time with me today. I love that. So we are going to, wait for it guys, attack the teenage room. We're going to paint it. It's really funny, sorry about that plane. It's really funny though, because they don't want any prep. I said, we'll sand down the wall, we'll get it all nice, we'll put an undercoat. But no, Mum, that's so extra. We just want the paint slapped on. It's got to look like Skins. Do you remember Skins? Suits me. Sounds like just the kind of decorating I love.
But yeah, so she's pounding away. I'm due to meet her at the park, and I feel like already it's Saturday morning and I've got this clock ticking against me. Will I get my workout done in time to get the dogs out and get up there? And I'm just sitting here dicking about.
So yeah, this is what worries me. So I went up and down that green I showed you earlier, and I've been up and down the hill, round to the right. So I've been walking for about an hour and a half, and guess what? I'm knackered. We're going to be walking for 8-9 hours a day. Shit. And as I've said before, there'll be no room for complaining, which is going to be so hard, because so many of the women are in treatment or only finished their treatment this year for breast cancer. How can I moan about anything? Oh my God, that's going to be the biggest challenge, not moaning. I'm such a good moaner. It's such a waste of an extremely talented moaner. Oh my God. So I wouldn't call these hills, I'd call these mild undulations. Here we go. Oh my God, I really am absolutely knackered. Oh, bloody hell. Every time I get knackered like this, I get so worried about the trip, like to the point where I almost want to cry. I just get like, oh my God. But that's what's so brilliant about having the WhatsApp group between the Trek women, because that's what so many people say. You know, they just get to a little bit of an incline and then it's like, whoo, that's quite hard to breathe. But then I'm up and I'm fine. But yeah. Hashtag shitting myself, don't tell anyone else.
This is literally no exaggeration. I have lain down to do some stretches on top of my dirty clothes. Yeah, that's a pair of pants. And the stretch, do you ever do a stretch? It's the one where your legs go to the right and you keep your body flat, and then your legs go to the left, and then you keep your body flat, and then your legs go to the right. And then the more you do it, the more you think you can do it, and the more you want to stretch. And then I just stretch. And then when you're stretching, you just think, I just want to stay on the floor. I haven't been this bad. I've been so disciplined. I've been so committed. I've been so on it. I've been so absolutely, oh my God, and I just can't. I just can't get up. I just can't get up.
So an hour and 3/4 now, feeling much better. All my aches and pains, my body's really warmed up. And just goes to show you, you know, it's such a simple, cheap exercise, walking. And it does make me sad I can't run anymore because of my knees. But I'm now finding I do get what I used to get with the running, which was this, oh God, achy, moany beginning. And then like a softening up of your ligaments and your muscles that feels really nice. And kind of alongside that, as your body warms up and calms down and settles into what you're asking it to do, so does your mind. So anything I was worrying about and feeling anxious about now is sort of just floating around, you know, just somewhere else. Meditation, you know, it's just like a stream of consciousness going through my head, through my mind. So I just had a really nice, 10 minutes there walking along, just thinking about my show that I start filming next week. My God, I'm going to get Sunday-itis this Sunday. And before I'd left, I was talking to Nadia and saying how nervous I was about it. And I was nervous, excited. So, you know, same feelings. You don't know which bit's nerves and which bit's excited. And feeling a bit overwhelmed with it. But now, having got out of the house, having warmed my body up so brilliantly, like now I feel like I could do the splits or anything. Whereas when I got up, I was like an old woman. I was literally going to my... He was like, God, babe, how are you going to do the Himalayas?
And there's me thinking I could start running half marathons and doing all that stuff again. Slightly, the reason I'm not running, and Nadia keeps saying to me, go on, why don't you mix it up with a couple of runs, is I'm slightly worried I won't be able to run. Even though I'm really fit with Jimmy Timpson's workouts, I'm really slightly worried that I might fall out of breath, might get out of breath really quickly. Oh, God, with this stretch. Oh, God. Oh, the stretch is so nice. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that stretch is so nice right down the back. Oh, my God.
And the reward. I'm in the park. There's squirrels. Moving away from the traffic and towards the serenity. Oh, my God. Scary dog. Oh, okay. No, I'm just going to not appear scared. I'm just going to walk past him. It's funny, isn't it? I've got dogs, but I still get scared of other people's dogs. Walking past. It's only a little thing, but it was a bit ferocious.
It's literally like, I can't, you know, like Baloo in Jungle Book when he's scratching his back on the tree. And you've just got that. Oh, my God, it's so nice. Oh, and I just want to stretch it even more to the point of snapping.
So I moved away from just being overwhelmed, nervous. Oh my God, what am I going to do? What if I'm no good? What if I messed up? To, through the walk, just thinking about everything, going through all of what I've got to do, how I want to cook, how I want to present this show, thinking about all the different people that I'm going to meet, all the different chefs, and just thinking about ingredients. If I'd stayed in the house this morning, hadn't done this walk, everything would have overtaken me. You know, I've been thinking about my kit, because that's another thing that's been worrying about me. My kit and packing up, and because you know what a rubbish packer I am, and it's so important that we have everything for this trip. Yeah, what am I saying? I suppose I'm saying, just getting a pair of shoes on and forcing yourself to get out the door. You don't have to run. And you can build up really slowly, just starting with a 10-minute walk. But if you can get into the habit of it, you have no idea the power of it. Just your mood lifts, your anxiety lifts. And it just helps you just have a stream of consciousness, because so often in life we're thinking, right, I've got to do this, oh my God, I haven't done that, berating. Sometimes we just need to just let our thoughts just roll. I've been thinking about my mum and dad, and I've been thinking about the girls, and I've been thinking about, the year ahead. I wouldn't have done any of that if I'd been in the house this morning. See how miserable I was at the beginning? I've still got a lot to do. God, this is the problem, isn't it? Avoiding people you don't want to see. There's a really weird bloke up there that always comes and talks to me. I mean, you couldn't even call this a hill. It's just a mound. But it gets my heart rate up and gets my knees used to going down and not just up. Here we go. Woo. Up and down. See all those runners? See, I just caught myself doing really negative thinking. So when I was just saying to you before, oh my God, I'm feeling fantastic, I'm doing so well, yeah, walk's great, and all of that's true. And then I see all these runners, and I'm thinking, shit, I should have probably been running in these months' training so that my cardiovascular was better. There they go, look. Loads of them. I really want Mark to do that. You've got to help me convince him, guys. I think it'd be really good for Mark, because he's a competitive, very competitive person. And I think it's a great way to start Saturday morning if you're competitive, isn't it? Go for a run. Compete against yourself and others every Saturday morning. I'm not a competitive person, thank God. Because it seems like you have to work very hard when you're competitive. Just saw a guy there doing his 5k training. This 5k race that they're all doing. And he had a double buggy with baby twins in it. He's going for Father of the Year, isn't he? And they all are, look. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Honestly, on a Saturday, this park is a hive of activity. Classes everywhere, people doing boxercise, people doing yoga, Pilates, meditating. Parks never used to be like this. You'd go abroad and you'd go, oh God, why aren't we like this back home? But now, things have really changed. So much more fitness going on, which does make you feel really good. Yeah, I'm one of them. Am I being really annoying now? Am I being really smart? Is it just like, shut the fuck up, Nadia, we know you've done a walk. So Mark's just called me, and he's going to come and meet me now with the dogs, which would be nice, give a new energy to my walk. But you see those steps over there? I'm heading towards there, because what I'm going to do is just go up and down those steps until he gets here, and then that'll be cardio, a bit of cardio done, a bit of leg muscle building, and none of it's cost a penny. Okay, so I'm just taking them two at a time. I've got my 3 litres of water in my bag that, yes, I am carrying for weight, but I'm supposed to be drinking as well. Just realised I haven't drunk hardly a drop. So that's probably why I'm knackered. Back down again. Out my calf. That's the thing. When I think of the niggles that get me, it's one ankle on my right side, and on my left side it's my knee. So I'm doing everything I can to really protect them, loads of stretching, all of that, so that they don't scupper me when I'm out there. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, but I don't know if you might not have seen the live last night, but happy birthday, Claire, again. But yeah, I got some good news yesterday in that when we get back to base camp every night, there is Wi-Fi. So I'm going to be sending back whatever I've shot that day. So I promise you, you'll get a better looking walk than South London. It'll be really beautiful, I think. But also, you'll be able to see, did my ankle hold out? Did my calf? Did my left knee? Those are the worries.
Keep forgetting I've had a haircut. Now, I've had a haircut. Dogs are in the back of the car, whining like nutters. I'm looking forward to a walk around Crystal Palace Park. I really am. And then I'm looking forward to getting my regular coffee. Do you like me getting my regular coffee? Is that as comforting to you as it is to me? And then I'm going to get a newspaper. But I'm going to get an extra newspaper for dear Nanny Daisy, who last night slept in Maddie's bed because Maddie was out and we wanted something with a little bit of height and a little bit of sturdiness. She's doing so well, my mum. I'm very proud of her. Our Joker review went up last night. It's doing very well. And there's Nadia on the steps as we speak, vlogging like a good one. She holds her arm up. It's so funny watching her hold her arm up because she can only do it for so long. She has zero strength in her upper arms. Zero strength. Don't know what that says. But yeah,
is.
and you see her as she keeps doing it, it gets lower and lower and lower. It's very funny. But I'm just going to spin this round in a minute and you can see her filming. Watch this. There she is. So I'm now on her.
Spending an awful long time in the car. What's he doing?
Me. I'm now going to put
Is he
these in
eating?
2 boxes.
I'm starving
Spin this
now.
round. You don't need 2 cameras
see.
on her, do you?
Is
You
he
don't need 2
gesticulating?
cameras.
Is it even him?
I mean, at the end of the
Is
day,
it just a car like
I think
ours?
she's got the most fabulous thighs. I think the way they can sort of move and glide against each other is just absolutely divine. And I know that she'd be saying Mark right now. The way the quiver of her body just moves, the quiver, the shape, the general.
I've been waiting for you on the stairs.
I was just saying how I love.
Because I said to people that I was going to keep on going up and down the stairs until you came up behind me on the stairs and you never came.
I was just sharing with the subs how.
Should I turn this off?
What a great walker you are.
Should I turn this off?
May as well. I was just
babe.
sharing with the subs just how much I like looking at your thighs.
Oh.
And the quiver.
Well, hopefully they're not quivering as much. So
Pardon?
thirsty. Hopefully they're not as quivering as much.
No.
I've taken them on the entire walk with me.
What, your thighs?
No, the subs.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've
So
been
we've
up and
done-
out with her all morning.
Yeah, so we've gone
They've only just
all
got
around.
me.
I've been chatting
That's the only
about...
reason you're shouting.
Oh, sorry. You know when you're out of breath?
Yeah.
Let me see how many times I've gone up and down those steps.
Okay, let's see.
Let's have a look. I'm
have a
excited
look.
about this. I'm absolutely sweating.
I did my hit.
42 times.
42 times, guys. That's not some light thing you just do of a normal day, people.
Look.
Yeah.
Doing it twice, 2 steps at a time.
2 steps at a time.
Yeah. 42 times.
Don't injure yourself,
I was
babe.
saying to the subs...
You're at that age
I
where you
won't.
can
I'm
easily
really
injure
good. I'm
yourself.
strong. I was saying to the subs, parks have changed so much. You know, we used to travel and you go, oh God, why aren't parks at home full of people doing stuff? Well, today...
At home as opposed to where?
Well, I said, when you're abroad and you've gone, when we go to parks, you know, like you'd go to New York or Canada or whatever, and the parks would be just frantic with activity, you know, people working. Well, this morning, I kept hearing this boom, boom, boom sound everywhere, and it's everywhere, people doing boxercise. And then there's literally hundreds of people doing the 5K where each week you improve. And I was saying to the subs, they've got to convince you to do it. Right. Because you will love it. There was such a nice energy between the group.
I love energy. I love the collaborative and communal nature of running because what's lovely about it for someone like me is you're all together running, but you don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to.
Exactly. And I know that you love that and that had that sound.
Unity in silence.
The sound of...
There's something really focusing about
There was
that.
this guy running with a double buggy with twins in it. baby twins.
Wow.
I said he's going for Dad of the Year.
Wow. Well, maybe he's trying to run away from his wife because she's got smelly breath. And he woke up this morning, looked at her and thought, Christ, I'm not kissing you again.
Maybe.
Maybe. I sometimes see dads in the park looking, it's really true this, I sometimes see dads in the park, whenever I see dads in the park, in fact, it's usually on a negative downer. They generally look stressed, they look like they're escaping something, or more pressing still, they've been asked to do their time with the baby whilst mum does something else, which is all right, but it's so funny.
It does sound like you're moaning.
No, I'm not moaning at all. I just find it funny. Now I'm at that point where I've had 4 daughters and they're all way beyond that age. I look at them and I sort of look with a sense of, oh, bless him. But they look like grey, pasty ghosts.
Do you think maybe you're projecting? And that's how you're feeling when you're out in the pool?
That's not how I feel now. I'm joyful.
Funny enough, I was saying to Charlotte, it's really weird. When I first came out, I felt so like, I've been saying to Nadia, I'm really nervous about the show and all my packing for the trek. And it's funny, it's like what you used to get for running. I was telling the subs, you know how you'd first go out and you'd feel a bit creaky, and then as your body softened up, so would your mind, and you just get a stream of consciousness just sorting stuff out, meditative. I've really got that today. It's lovely, and I feel a lot much better I don't feel so nervous about the show, and
Well, the important thing with all these things is what we have a capacity to do, and me and you do it a lot, is that we tend to we make all of the things coming up collide into each other. Yeah. So that we think we have to manage them all. So i.e. you're thinking 10 days of shooting something. And you're thinking of the 10 days. Yeah. Well, first of all, you're thinking of the 10 days. But actually, each of those 10 days is only going to come to you as a day. Yeah, no, you're right. And in that day, not only, but, in that day for 6 hours of shooting or whatever it's going to be. Yeah. And so once you start, I had to use that every day of my life when I had ludicrous schedules and shooting and all that kind of stuff. You just have to break. That's why I list everything even in interviews.
I did think about that when I was walking along. I was thinking about, you've given me that advice before, and it's really good advice.
Not everything is happening now.
Oh, hang on.
Who is it?
That's Lisa. Shall we say hello to Lisa?
Not everything is happening now.
Lisa from Fartgate.
Oh, this is funny.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello, are you there?
I am. You're on loudspeaker with the subs. Say hello, subs.
Hello, darling. How are you doing?
Hello, Lisa.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I was on the way to go to Howden's.
Right.
And to go to get my car cleaned. And then the neighbour has had a new baby, so I've just been in there for an hour cuddling a baby.
Oh.
Oh, were you broody?
No.
Oh my God, we miss you so much.
Oh, I miss you too, darling.
I want to see you. I want to run. I want to see you. I want to run at you. I want to tackle you, and I want to roll around with you.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, down a hill. We need to do it down a hill.
Because
as long as I don't break anything.
No, you won't. I'll cushion you, darling.
And don't worry, you never know, he might fart.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
together.
Yeah.
So, are we on there? Have we got anybody watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, call me later.
All right, gorgeous. Can't wait till next week.
Lots of love, sweetie.
I'm going to eat and be with my best friend for 10 days.
I know, it's amazing because Lisa's doing my makeup on the cookie show. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Do you want to come with me to Stacey's Primark launch on Thursday? All right, love
to you and the boys.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, she's so lovely.
I mean, the fact that I've got her with the whole time I'm doing this food show.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Isn't it lovely? How lovely.
Day. We're both going to get so fat though, just before I go to the food. I've just been looking through the recipes and it's so fattening.
Oh, look, there's a boxer. They're mental.
It's not a boxer.
Oh no, it's not. Just saw the colour of a boxer. I wanted it to be a boxer. Oh, it's just taking a great big leak right by the car.
Saw this little
Let's
boy
take the dogs
walking.
out. The dogs are desperate.
I just saw this little boy walking along with his granddad, right? He must have been about 4. And as they were walking along, he was so sweet. And I thought, I wonder if this was a bit like when Mark, when he used to walk with his granddad.
I love
And he had
walking
this
with my
lovely
granddad.
white blonde hair.
Oh, don't.
Yeah. And he was going, oh, it's quite quiet, isn't it? For this time in the morning. Granddad? Yeah. The granddad doesn't say anything to him. It's lovely and fresh, isn't it? Honestly, he was 4.
I did.
We could get a bun. We could get a bun,
Oh,
Grandad.
don't.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
don't.
And I just thought, oh, I hope I live long enough to be a grandmother.
That's exactly what I was like with my granddad. We used to walk through forests, and he would say, every tree we see, Mark, that's dead, we're going to push over, and then we're going to pull up holly. But anyway, so we'd walk around and go, how many trees are in the forest, Dad? So if a tree falls over, where does the roots go, Dad?
Did he answer?
If there's things living in it, I never gave him time to answer. I just remember constantly
Yeah,
just
that's what
walking.
you're like now.
Constantly asking. I loved walking with my granddad. And I remember roaring with laughter one time. He looked up and said, look at that seagull, son. He always called me son because I called him Dad. And as he looked up at the seagull shat on his glasses. And it hit so perfectly, but he didn't even make a sound. He didn't go, oh, or anything. He just took them off and cleaned them as if it hadn't
He's
happened.
been through the war.
I know. What, so you just take shit in the eye like
Blitz
that?
attitude, shit in the eye, babe.
Shit in the eye, babe. My granddad could take shit in the eye like no one else, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I love my granddad.
We better get walking these dogs. I've got to get back.
I wanna
Kiki
be
wants
a
to spend
granddad.
time
I'd
with
be a
me.
great
She said, I want to
granddad.
spend time with you today,
Oh,
Mum.
that's sweet.
I
What
know,
does that mean?
it was so sweet.
Oh.
She said, can I have my friends over in the afternoon? I said, because we'd sort of said,
You
we'd
sure
do
she didn't
something
mean
today.
with us?
And no, because I'd said in the week, should we do something on Saturday? So we're going to paint the room.
Hey!
I was telling the subs.
Hey!
And what's great is, I was saying to the subs, you know, I said to the girls, you might not know this, well, we'll sand it all down and we'll fill the holes. They went, no, that's too extra, Mum. Because they want it just rough, like skins.
Right. You do need to sand it down even to get it to look rough like skins.
Yeah, we'll do a bit, but
Yeah,
they want it to look rough.
Right,
They
okay.
don't want it like a pristine, flat, white, super painted wall.
Okay.
They just want it a bit slopped.
All right.
He's such a gent, Mark. He's such a gent. You always do the poo.
Yeah, just like I'd like to.
So nice. Hang on, I'm giving you a compliment. Don't. What were you going to say? Yeah.
No.
Just say, that's what
For some
couples
reason,
do.
you've rewritten the past about me changing the girls' nappies in restaurants. I always
What?
took them to the loo in restaurants.
What are you
to
talking
change their
about?
nappies.
Hang on a minute. What are you talking about? What are you actually
I don't
talking
know. So I was talking to Kiki about it the other day about how we used to chat. I used to go into
Yeah.
the memories of
Yeah.
doing it. And then
Was
I'm
I
sure-
there saying you didn't?
No, I'm sure you said the other day
No.
that I never did.
I never said that.
Huh?
I said you didn't used to get up in the middle of the night.
Oh right. Oh okay.
You used to change nappies in the restaurant.
Yeah, no, I like doing. I like
This
taking
is the problem
pressure
with
off
it.
you.
This is
No.
the problem with marriage. I give him a lovely
No, you're
compliment.
right.
I
Thank
say,
you.
oh, you're such a gent. Thank you. Was doing. He goes, yeah. Wow.
Sorry. Thank
Does
you.
yours do that?
I'll take the compliment.
There
Thank
you go. Oh, look, light's nice here. Look. Oh,
Oh, yeah, don't,
let's
oh
do a
my
photo.
God, you just nearly broke your neck.
Is it taking? Is it taking?
Yeah.
I think Mark's possibly gone to new depths of misery. So I'm sitting benignly smiling
And I'm moaning
at
about tape.
a little baby over there, and he said, "Are you broody or something?" No, I just
I didn't
love
actually
to.
say that bit like that. I said it quite kindly. I
I
said,
said
"Are
I
you
just
broody or
love
something?"
to look at them, and there's this little baby just looking. It's hearing the birds and it's looking. So it's just really mindful. It just makes me feel calm, and they're just so beautiful. And what did you say? Don't edit it. What did you say?
I think the human baby, the
He
baby
goes,
of all
I
species.
just can't bear
I
looking
can't
at
bear
anyone
it.
else's babies.
No,
Then you said,
I don't find anything appealing but other people's babies. I
He
find
goes,
the
he
human
said they're
baby
ugly.
is ugly. It's like a maggot. It's like a maggot with a head, a bulbous head. I think babies are only ever cute when they have a bit of hair. Otherwise, they're just bulbous thingies.
comment below.